Hi everybody, we're back with another great workout. Today we are going to be doing an every minute on the minute workout. So I know these are some people's favorite type of workouts. I love them because they're just quick. You get through, you get a good workout, good sweat going. So this is sure going to get your heart rate up. We're going to do 3 quad sets. So each round is going to be 12 minutes. So we're going to be doing about a 36-minute workout, which will be great. Obviously, in between each quad set, take a minute, 2-minute rest just to regain your breath and get your heart rate down a little bit before starting into the next one. You're going to want to set a timer for 12 minutes for each round. And at the beginning of each minute is when you're going to start your exercises. Once you complete all those repetitions, then whatever left in that minute is your rest time. So it'll be a quick workout, really get your heart rate up. So we are going to start off with our first quad set. We're going to start with a jump squat. So for our jump squat, we're going to have our feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. Toes might be slightly out. And from here, we're going to do our squat, and then we're going to use our legs to really power ourselves up into our jump. If jumping is not something that works well for you, we can simply just do our body weight air squats here. We're going to be doing 25 repetitions. So really get those out quick so that you have a little bit more rest time. From there, we're going to move into a jump lunge. So from here, we're going to have our feet in that staggered stance position, still about hip width apart. We're going to do our stationary lunge, bringing that back knee down, using our legs to explode up, and then switching our feet into the next lunge. It's kind of tricky to keep your balance, really have to focus on your movement. So that we're going to do 12 on each leg, so 24 total repetitions. If jumping, again, isn't something that works well for you, we can simply do our reverse lunges here. Still doing 12 on each leg. Just trying to go at a little bit quicker pace to keep that heart rate up. From there, we're going to move into a Romanian deadlift. These should be pretty familiar to you as we've been doing them quite often. So we're going to have our feet hip width apart. Weights will be in front of us. We're going to be doing 25 repetitions again. So you want to keep the weight a little bit lighter. You can even do this without weight if you want to. So feet hip width apart. From here, we're going to hinge our hips back, bring those weights down in front of us. Squeeze our glutes as we stand up. Making sure that we keep our chest proud, shoulders back, core engaged with each movement. So this is really a hip hinge movement, really getting those hips back with each repetition. So that'll be the Romanian deadlift. From there, we're going to move into a wall sit. The wall sit is going to be for 45 seconds, so it'll be pretty challenging having just that 15 seconds of rest at the end before going back to our jump squat. So this first circuit's really going to get your heart rate up, so you're going to enjoy that. For our wall sit, we're going to be against the wall. We're going to bring ourselves down just like we're sitting in a chair. Feet should be about hip width, maybe slightly wider than hip width apart. Knees should be at a 90-degree angle, as you're sitting in your wall sit. Keep your back flat against the wall. Your butt should be touching the wall as well. And really just push yourself into the wall, pushing your feet into the floor as you hold your wall sit for the 45 seconds. So that'll be challenging. And then from there, our next quad set is going to start off with a bent over row. So we'll need our weights again. We're going to be doing 25 repetitions. So again, stick with some lighter weights. That's a pretty high rep range. So we're going to be feet about hip width apart. We're going to hinge at the hips to bring our weights in front of us. Shoulders back, chest proud, core engaged. We're going to row our weights up and back, just like you're bringing them into your back pocket. Really squeezing your shoulder blades together with every repetition. After that, we're going to move into an overhead press. So we're going to stand feet hip width apart. We're going to bring our weights to the front rack position here. We can either be in a neutral grip or we can turn our palms forward, whatever feels more comfortable for you. Again, keep the weights real light. We're doing 25 reps. So from here, we're going to use our shoulders and our arms to really press that weight up overhead Nice, slow, controlled movement as we go up and come back down. So that's going to be our overhead press. From there, we're going to go to the floor, and we're going to do a floor press in the bridge position. So we've done floor press before. There's going to be one slight modification to it. So we'll have our back flat on the floor, slight pelvic tilt, feet flat on the floor, knees bent, weights at our sides. We're going to bring our hips up and hold our hips up throughout each repetition. So our hips are going to stay up the entire time as we do our floor press. So we're pressing that weight straight up, squeezing our chest as we bring the weights together at the top, keeping those hips up, squeezing your glutes throughout all of the repetitions. So that'll be a little more challenging than what we've done in the past. And again, our floor press is going to be 25 repetitions, so quite a few for that as well. Our last exercise for this quad set is going to be a dumbbell tricep extension. So the way that we're going to do this is we're going to hang on to our weight with both hands, and we're actually going to bring that overhead, and then we're going to have it behind our head here, elbows pointing straight up to the ceiling, and we're just going to press that weight right up towards the ceiling, squeezing our triceps together. Our elbows should stay facing forward and pointed up the entire time. We don't want to wing out at all. We want to keep them close to our ears as we press the weight up. From there, we're going to move into a nice, challenging core circuit. So our next quad set, we're going to need our sliders. So here we're going to start off with our slider pike ups. So we've done these once or twice before. Sliders under the feet. We're going to start off in a high plank position. So feet extended, hands should be directly under our shoulders. From here, we're going to bring our hips up and then extend our legs back down, really using those core muscles to bring our hips up. When you come back to the starting position, don't let your hips sag. We want to stop at that high plank position. So that's going to be our slider pike ups. We're doing 25 reps, so that'll be very challenging. From there, we're going to do our slider snow angels. So we are going to go into the low plank position, so on our elbows, sliders under our toes. From here, we're going to do a snow angel movement with our feet. So bringing our feet up to the side and then squeezing them back together to the starting position. Really making sure that we're squeezing our core. We're really using our glutes to bring our legs out and back in. Just keeping that proper posture throughout the entire movement. So 25 snow angels as well. And then we're going to do slider runners with a ball. So we're going to have a ball under our hands. I'm going to use a med ball. If you have a ball of any sort, something that's sturdy, it's not going to press in when you put your hands on it. Trying to think of something that's a little bit harder that you could use. But if you have something around, that's great. If not, just simply have your hands on the floor as we do our runners. So whatever you find to be safest and most challenging. So hands on the wall, sliders under our toes. We're going to go up into that high plank position. And then we're going to drive those knees forward, doing our running movement. Really making sure that we're keeping that core nice and tight. We're not letting our hips bounce too much as we drive our knees forward to do our runners. The last exercise is going to be a star side plank. So for this one, we're going to be doing our side plank. So legs extended, feet stacked, elbow directly under the shoulder. From here, we're going to bring our hips up. we're gonna lift one leg and we're gonna hold. If you wanna make it even a little bit more challenging, we can lift one leg and one arm. So we're doing our star side plank. That's going to be held for 20 seconds on each side within that 1 minute. So roughly, you probably have about 15 to 20 seconds of rest once you complete your star side plank. If you want to do a modified version, you certainly can. So we're going to tuck our feet back, knees at a 90-degree angle. Elbow is still in the same position directly under the shoulder. We can raise those hips, and you can still raise one leg and or one arm. So a couple options for that, as that's going to be quite challenging, especially by the time you get to the third set. So this workout's going to make you sweat a lot. I'm pretty out of breath just demonstrating some of the exercise, so it's going to be really challenging. I look forward to hearing what you like and what you don't like about it, and seeing those sweaty selfies as always. So have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.